Good morning. Please let us continue in the book of John, chapter 18, verse 10 and 11. Then Simon Peter drew a sword and slashed off the right ear of Malchus, the high priest's slave. But Jesus said to Peter, "Put your sword back into its sheath. Shall I not drink from the cup of suffering the Father has given me?" Jesus was committed and devoted and obedient to what God called him to do, even unto death. Jesus knew that they were going to capture him and crucify him. He knew that his hour had now come. And Peter tried to defend him. And he said, "No, put it away." In another gospel, it tells us that Jesus touched the ear and healed the slave. How many times have God given us an instruction and we're doing it, but we're not really doing it, and we're waiting for the opportunity to escape from having to do it? If Jesus was like us, he would have seen that as an opportunity, but no, he did not. He was obedient even unto the cross, and I believe Jesus's focus in his obedience was us. He was focused on us. He knew the many of souls that he was going to the cross to save, to atone for us, to reconcile us back to the Father. And as Jesus is committed and devoted and obedient even unto death, we ought to take this example from him and commit ourselves to obeying God, to really do things and carry out God's instructions from the heart. Because if we do not do it from the heart, then opportunities like this show up for us to escape from doing what God calls us to do, we will probably take the escape. But if we're doing it from the heart and we're doing it from a place of devotion and commitment as Jesus did, we will be able to obey every instruction that God gives to us. May the Lord help us. May he help us to be obedient. May he help us to be devoted and committed to him and to everything that he calls us to do. And the way in which we can build that devotion and that commitment is by sitting with Jesus every day, getting to know him more and more. And in the little instructions that God gives, obey them. Because as we practice that obedience in the little things, when God gives us the big things to do, we would have already developed those muscles, and now we will be able to obey even the more tremendous instructions. May the Lord help us in Jesus' name. Have a wonderful day.